What's up, everyone? Art and Doug here, and we're in the Overtake office bright and early today, and it has just been an absolute whirlwind over the last 12 hours. First of all, I'm exhausted because I stayed up way too late and got up way too early because this has been on my mind. I know you saw the live session.
Yeah.
So let's get into what the live session was about. We'll go through that and then talk about the STI that was revealed. So live session, I would call it an absolute bust.
Yeah, they had the CEO of Subaru. He was on screen, and then they had the Performance E on there once they revealed it, and they left the Performance B just completely out of the picture.
And they built it up. You know, they talked performance, they talked about the adventure, the off-road side of things, and then they did this big STI, all right, it's coming, and then they revealed the E. Didn't talk about it, didn't show the Concept-B, the one that everyone cares about, and then it was over in like 7 minutes. It was wild.
And half of that was them talking about the adventure line, which is the new, I guess,
it's the wilderness editions.
Yeah, wilderness. They talked about the Outback and the Crosstrek, or was it?
Yeah, it was I mean, honestly, yeah. I breezed over that stuff because the off-road stuff is cool, but it's not what anyone was waiting for. And at that point, I was seeing red. But the Japan Mobility Show attendees really redeemed right after, because as soon as I made a video kind of showing my disappointment on social media about how little information was given on the live sessions, people hopped on and started posting from the show itself, and we got tons of pictures. The most important picture, I would say.
Well, we had pictures of a DCCD controller.
Yes.
We had pictures of a shift knob with 6 gear changes on there.
Yes.
And then we also saw photos of a clutch pedal as well.
Exactly. So manual is confirmed. That's one thing that everyone is freaking out about, and I think up until the last minute before I went to bed, I was convinced that we were going to get a CVT option in the STI, but 6-speed manual is coming. I'm making the assumption it's coming to the US. They never actually said it, especially during the live session where they didn't say anything.
Fingers crossed.
But I would say there's a high likelihood, given the entire packaging of this car, that it is coming to the US. So let's talk about it, because that's what you guys are on this video for. First of all, shout out to, is it I Love Cars TV?
I believe so.
There's tons of videos coming out, and we just wanted to show off this one. He did a really great job of just kind of circling around and pointing out all the features. First and foremost, it's clearly on an Impreza and Crosstrek chassis, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, we'll see if we can get some side shots here, but you can clearly see right here, that is a Crosstrek / Impreza. You got that quarter window up here that looks just like it. You got the hatch here. The taillights look very similar. The rear plastic cladding on the end, once we get to the rear end shots, that also looks just like a Crosstrek.
Yeah. And overall sizing, we were trying to figure out, Doug ran some numbers on it. It looks like it's about the same size, almost exact to GR hatch. The only difference is it's wider. But I was mentioning this is a concept car, so chances are the wide body isn't going to be quite as wide as what we're seeing here. In my original video, I did say it looks way wider than I would expect it to. This is like a Varus kit almost on here.
Yeah, yep, right there. So you have this huge opening presumably for airflow to go through to help cool the brakes. There's also one on the rear end as well. We'll see if we get that on the production models, but
functional venting though, it's not just for looks,
yes.
I would say. So Impreza chassis, there's a lot of elements, and they've said this themselves, of different models throughout the generations. So definitely some VB right here. I'm seeing VB WRX.
That's Crosstrek right there.
And Crosstrek, but I'm saying, you know, the VB had the unpainted rear bumper, and especially the kind of big sections on the sides. That's not coming to the production model, guaranteed. And we are not getting a giant spoiler.
It's huge, that's for sure.
And this is something to talk about. This is, after all, a concept model. Now, it looks like a full car. You could go buy this at the dealership, but I'm guessing we're going to get maybe 15 to 20% less than what we're seeing. I don't think we're going to get nearly as big of a wing. Maybe it'll be an option. The wheels look like something that would come on at the side skirts. Everything else kind of looks...
See if I can get to go away here. The rear end, right here, down below. The diffuser and exhaust setup. We got center exhaust, but they're relatively small tips, I would say. And then just a huge opening here, which, I mean, it looks cool, but also, as far as for a production car, kind of
something feels incomplete here. So I think this is all good. We're not getting this. This is going to be something a little bit different. But the idea of a center exhaust, is that the first time in a production Subaru? that I can think
As
of.
far as I know, I mean, the most only production cars that I know that have like a center exhaust is some like Hondas, like FL5, FK8.
Yes. And like I said, I think the wide body is going to be more narrow than this. This seems a little bit ridiculous for even a performance car. I love it. I'll get that out, but I don't think we're going to get this in the showrooms.
Yeah, the rear, well, not quite from the rear, but the side shots of that extra wide body looks like S209, essentially.
And so, yeah, other models, you were saying S209, flares in the front. It definitely has the look of a VA in the front, the large grille, or sorry, the VB and the VA. Large front grille, kind of has the styling cues. Let's see if we can get a front shot.
There we go.
Yeah, so that to me looks like a baby VA or VB. Obviously, the newer generation style scoops, the side vents are different, but maybe that calls back a little bit to older Imprezas. I think that was the last time we got the two vents on the sides.
Yeah.
I can't recall any other generation.
Yeah, the only, well, as far as in like our market, GR Corolla has hood venting, but other
So
than
let's
that,
talk about the GR Corolla, because this to me and to a lot of people online feels like a direct competitor. Do you think that they're going head to head with the Corolla, especially now that the BRZ and 86 are kind of parting ways?
I wouldn't be surprised at all. I mean, the BRZ 86 is no longer going to be a Toyota Subaru development together collab vehicle. So it wouldn't surprise me if now they're like, hey, let's try to compete directly with Toyota a little bit more against that GR Corolla. And this definitely has, staying cursor, definitely has GR Corolla looking aspects to it. I mean, we're back to a hatch. We got a pretty large wing. We got the, hood vents.
It kind of makes me feel like a GR Corolla had a baby with a Ford RS.
I was thinking Ford RS when I saw it too.
A little bit. But, it's a hatchback. It's a stubby hatchback. It's kind of all in the same realm. So they, what have you done, Doug?
I hit the wrong buttons. It's fine.
But yeah, I mean, you guys see what it looks like from the outside. On the inside, you pointed out that there were seats from one of the newer models, maybe the TS STI.
S210. So
S210?
you can see the Recaros. Oh my gosh, this remote. S210. Oh, here we go.
Oh, pause it. Okay. That's what we want to see. There you go. That's what everyone was waiting for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we do have a 6-speed in this thing, DC/CD,
Normal
and
e-brake.
a conventional e-brake. That's one thing that nobody ever talked about while we were thinking about the concept. We were so worried about this that a conventional e-brake is so necessary. I hate the little button for parking. It just takes away some of the fun, and you can actually use it. There's times when you need to use a physical e-brake.
See if we can get some shots of those seats a little bit closer.
Overall, I'm happy with the interior, though. It's red stitch, all black. It's kind of mild and tame. It's something you would expect more in a WRX interior. They didn't go crazy with it. They didn't do a bunch of blue Alcantara, which would have been a nod back to older STIs. But I kind of like. I mean, this isn't tame. Obviously, carbon seats. I don't think we're going to get these. I think we're going to get a more plush version of these. There's no chance that they're going to sell us on the showroom
Like
with these Recaros.
the STI TS, which had basically the Recaros, but it had, I believe, blue stitching, the TS logo on the headrest. So I think we'll probably get something closer to that, but this would be awesome. I mean, these look great for track, but in everyday daily driving might not be what someone's looking for.
Yeah, exactly. And again, I'm trying to make our expectations a little bit lower because it is still a concept car and it is kind of a parts bin car, I think. They threw together elements of all the things they had. And actually, that makes me want to touch on something that I said in our Overtake chat last night, which is from the beginning, I thought this was going to be the swan song for the STI, and I think yesterday was confirmed. What I mean by that is I believe it has the best elements of pretty much every STI we've ever had. I think this is their last hurrah for a combustion engine, and so they did all the coolest things. Now, we might not all agree on the exterior styling or the layout or whatever, but for the most part, what do we get? A really good-looking car. We got the wagon or hatch that everyone wanted.
Ever since 2015.
Exactly. We got the third pedal. We got the 6-speed. All the cool trim pieces, and it's not so over the top that it looks ridiculous.
It's painted.
It's
That's a big
painted
thing.
flares.
Yeah.
It has 6 pots up front. Performance-wise, I mean, this thing's going to be a monster. And speaking of, the one thing that I don't know, I haven't looked into this morning if there's been an announcement, what's under here? And I gotta think it's FA24. There's just no other chance. There's no way it's going to be an EJ.
Nope. With the, well, granted, this is for the GT300 BRZ. It's no longer going to be an EJ platform for the new year.
Right.
What-
It seems like EJ got put on the back burner years ago. So for one to end up in there, there's just zero chance, especially with the scoop design and the front end design. It's just all new age WRX. It has to have an FA24, which means even if that's, it can't be a WRX power. They're not going to do that. So it's got to be a little tuned up. And we already know from other tuners that a couple of bolt-ons, some fueling, and a retune on an FA24, and you're at 400 horsepower.
Yeah, the WRX stock, the VB, is 13 pounds of PSI is your peak. With the tune at 18 or so, you're already picking up like 50 horse. So, I mean, imagine this thing going to 20 something.
Exactly. So you get this, you throw some overtake parts on it, you get it tuned, and you have a 400 horsepower plus car with all those things I mentioned. Like I said, this is the swan song for the STI. After this is when they're going to introduce, I think we're getting a glimpse of it right there,
Yeah.
the Performance E concept. So this is it. I really think it is. After this, STI is not going to be the same, and I'm actually okay with that, and I think most people will be because they're giving us this.
I mean, if you think about, you can see a little more glimpse of the Performance E here. I mean, that car, they showed that primarily during the live reveal, and that car looks way more concept-y than this car
Yeah,
does.
of course. This looks like it's production ready. We can go to a dealership and drive it home right now. So we're going to wrap this video up because there's a lot to do. More information's coming out about this. I appreciate you guys watching. I'd like to know in the comments what you think about it. Do you agree with what we're saying? Is there anything that we missed? We'd just love to get some conversation going down there. So I'm happy. I mean, like I said, it's been a roller coaster ride over the last 12 hours. I was excited about the live session. I was disappointed. I was pissed off. I woke up this morning super excited with videos like this coming out, and I think the future of Subaru is looking bright for the next, at least 4 to 5 years. So for a company like Overtake, that's huge.
Yeah.
Eventually, we will have one of these in our garage, and we will be making parts for it. And the great thing is our roadmap continues with Subaru, which is
And with STI.
and with STI specifically.
That looks like coilovers.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you.